All right, we have lesson 4.3, and this is on page 249. So go ahead and find this page and get your pencil ready. Okay, we're going to warm up with something that we have done many times, and we've done it a while ago, but I think you will remember. And that's, we're going to take a number and we're going to break it apart into tens plus ones. So like if I had the number 25, we know it's 2 tens and 5 ones. So how would I write that with the addition? I remember expanded form. So 2 tens, 5 ones, 25 is 20 plus 5. Remember that? We've done it so many times. I'm sure it'll come back to you if you forgot it first. Hey, why don't you try this one? 36. Go ahead and write that one as the math problem. You should have written 30 plus 6, right? 36. You actually kind of say it when you write it. You're just breaking it apart. 3 tens is 30 and 6 ones is 6. All right, last one, try 42. Okay, you should have had 40 plus 2. Okay, that is something we're going to need for our lesson today. It's going to help us be able to add big numbers in an easy way without having to use pictures. So we won't actually have to draw any pictures today if you pay attention. So go ahead and flip the page. And this looks crazy. The first time I saw this page, I was like, whoa, look at all these blanks. But it's actually, there's a lot of steps, but it's pretty easy once we do it. Okay, so we're just going to actually go and look at the top here. So look at, they have 27 plus 48. Now, we are going to break these apart to be able to add it really easily. So 27, we can write just like we did on the first page, 20 plus 7. And then 48, we can break apart as 40 plus 8. And now this makes it really easy to add because we can add down now. So 7 plus 8, if you know, you should know is 15. So they wrote it here. And then 20 plus 40, now those are big numbers, but because they both end in a 0, you just have to add the first two. 2 plus 4 is 6, and then carry the 0 down. So 20 plus 40 is 60. And now to find the final answer, we broke these up into easier numbers to add. Now we're going to just add 60 plus 15. And that can be kind of tricky for some people. But if you think, how many ones are there? There's 0 ones and 5 ones. So 0 plus 5 would be 5 ones. And there's 6 tens and 1 10. So 6 plus 1 would be 7. So 75 is our answer. Okay, so 27 plus 48 actually equals 75. So it's kind of a lot of steps. We'll do a lot together, and then you'll kind of get the hang of it and be able to do it on your own. Let's look at number 1. So number 1, they have 35 plus 54. We need to break apart the add-ends to find the sum. So that's why there's an arrow. So how can we write 35 as tens and ones? You should have said 30 plus 5. Go ahead and make sure you have that on your paper. Then how can we break up 54? You should have thought 50 plus 4. Okay, that's the first step, is to follow that arrow, break up each of these numbers, because now we can add it a lot easier. Next, we're going to add down. So we'll first add the ones down. So 5 plus 4. Well, you should have that memorized or be able to count up really fast and find 9. So 5 plus 4 is 9, kind of like karate math where it comes down. Then think 30 plus 50. Right? Again, there's just zeros in the 1, so I add 3 plus 5, that's 8. So 30 plus 50 is 80. And then the final step, we add up all the 10s, all the 1s, and now 80 plus 9. What is that? Right? It's almost like the opposite. 30 plus 5 is 35. 50 plus 4 is 54. What's 80 plus 9? You actually say it, 89. But we don't keep all the numbers. We just take the 10s and then the 1. So 89 is how we would write that. Okay, and actually we don't need the clouds or anything. It's kind of there if you need to draw a picture to help you add on, you can do that, but we don't really need it. Okay, so again, lots of steps, but we can do it. Let's try number 2 together. So we have 43 plus 29. So if we break up 43, what's it going to be? You should have put 40 plus 3 and break up 29. So you should have had 20 plus 9. Okay, then think the next step, you're going to add down. So 3 plus 9, put your answer here. and on the computer. Okay, you should have put 12 because 9, 10, 11, 12. Add 3 more. Then 40 plus 20, what's the answer? Put it here and type it on the computer. Right, so 4 plus 2 is 6, and then the 0. So 40 plus 20 is 60. Last step is to add across. So 60 plus 12, this is where it's a little tricky, but we can look. How many ones are there? There's 0 here and 2 here. So that's going to be the ones. 0 plus 2, and then the 10. 6 plus 1, 10, so 72. Or 60 plus 12, you might know, add 10 and 2 more, 72. Okay, let's try number 3 a little bit even more on your own. See if you can break apart both 56 and 38. Okay, you should have 50 plus 6 and 30 plus 8. Okay, what would the next step be? See if you can remember. Okay, it's to add down. So 6 plus 8 go down. What is 6 plus 8? Go ahead and find out and write it down. Okay, so if you aren't sure, you could count up 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 8 plus 6 or 6 plus 8 is 14. And then we add up the tens. 50 plus 30. I can just do 5 plus 3. That's 8. And then the 0. So 50 plus 30 is 80. Now again, what's the last step? Add up all the tens and all the ones. 80 plus 14. So what I like to do is look at the ones place. There's 0 ones here and 4. So 0 plus 4 is 4. And then 8 plus 1 is 9. So 94. 80 plus 14 is 94. Okay, all right, there are 2 more that I want you to see if you can do even more by yourself. So think about the first step. Go ahead and break apart 14 as tens and ones and 23 as tens and ones. For some reason, sometimes when it has a 1 in the tens place, people put a 0 and a 14. So if you did that, it makes sense, but it's not exactly right. We want to look. There's only 4 ones, so that would go here. And then there's 1 10, so I'm going to put a 10 here, right? Because 10 plus 4 is 14. And then for 23, go ahead and fill that in. You should have 20 plus 3. Okay, go ahead and see if you can do the next step. Remember to fill in the bottom, fill into the bottom. Okay, you should have 4 plus 3. That one's a little bit easier. 7. And 10 plus 20, you should have 30 because 1 and 2 is 3 and 0 and 0. And then this one's even easier. 30 plus 7. There's no extra 10s we have to add up, so you already know what's 30 plus 7. Go ahead and put it here. You should have 37, right? Right? If you need, one idea you could do is, if you need to draw this out to see it, you could draw it in the one. This one was easy, but I wonder on this one, if you have extra 10s, you could draw a picture to solve it that way. Okay, go ahead and solve 37 plus 45. See if you can do all of the steps on your own. If you can't, then have Mrs. Taylor come over. If you finish, then go ahead and raise your hand and have Mrs. Taylor check it, and then she'll give you the rest of the instructions. If you didn't finish, then I want you to keep watching the video. So 37, we're going to break it up. Remember how we break it up? Go ahead and do that. And then 45, remember how we break that up? Go ahead and do that part. And then remember the next part, once you have these all filled in, then you're going to add down. So you'll add the ones down here, and then you'll add up the tens here. And then that's when you find out the answer. You add these 2 together. And if it's too hard to add together, you can draw a picture with tens and ones over here to solve it. Okay, if you'd still have Mrs. Taylor check your answer, raise her hand. All right, if Mrs. Taylor already gave you, or I already gave you instructions to keep going on your own and you feel like you can do this on your own, then go ahead, you can close the video. If you'd still like my guidance to kind of tell you what steps to take, then you can keep watching the video and turn the page. And we're going to keep going with this one. Okay, so 18 plus 21. Remember what we're going to do. Break apart the 18 here and break apart 21 here. Then the next thing would be to add up these two and put the answer here. Then add up these two and put the answer here. And then find out what these two together equal, and that will be your answer for 18 plus 21. If you need to, you can always draw a picture on the side. Okay, go ahead and do the rest on your own. I think that you should be able to do this, right? Think about what are those steps that we've been taking. Go one thing at a time, follow the arrows, and then do the rest to be able to find the answer. Awesome job today.